What's up, Gabby baby? The awfulest of awfuls. The Gavin, the Bevevins. I don't know. Oh no, where's my... A little dime bag. Gavy baby. You called me Motzler. Gavy Wavy? I haven't heard that one before. Gavy Wavy? Is that what it is? Looks like Gavy Wavy. I'm not gonna... I won't call you Gavy Wavy, but I will call you Gavy Wavy. What's up, Gavy Wavy? How's it going? Hey, Bern. What's up? I'm here. We were out for a week. I missed last week because we were getting ready for some travels and stuff. And then Tuesday, I had no internet, so it doesn't matter. But we're back, baby. What are you guys up to? I also got some really interesting stuff done. Finally figured out how to get the on-map battles to happen on the map. Kind of. I mean, it works, but it's something. So that's what I'll be working on all tonight. I did a lot of fixes and stuff. It was great. It was exciting. It was, life-changing. Something. Oh, excuse me. Let's comment on that. You're tired? You made some shoe pendants. Good. Shoe pendants. Don't bother me. Apparently, Gavy Wavy has decided to not say much more. Hopefully, you're doing well, Wavy. Your initials are gas. Oh, lurk away. Don't talk to me. Just listen to the sultry sounds of my voice. That sounds exciting, and maybe someday you'll deign to share with me some of the work that you're doing. So, desire. I'm willing to take a look at it, and I won't judge it. I'll be like, that's amazing. Show me more. That's what bullying does. You know, sometimes bullies must just be misunderstood people that don't know how else to connect with humans. And they just want to say jokey things. You did share it with me. Wait, is that your face? Have I ever seen your face? I see your face. Gavin, right now. Right, Gavin energy. Can I share it? Or is it something that I can only look at? That's not my face. I don't know if I put them side by side. I'm kidding. I'm not supposed to be bull. This is cool. So what is this character about? It looks like some kind of cop. Like what's the red dot? Or space character? Oh, it's a knight. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell until you get more developed out of it. But it looks like you're having fun with it. And are you going to animate all of the... It looks like you're going to animate all of the facial expressions then. So you're going to make it so you can like make it talk and stuff. Yeah. Because otherwise, you know, you wouldn't be making it with a wide open mouth. Well, I guess you could if you had a character that you were going to do that just looked like, I'm ready to go all the time. But it looked like you're going to do something with the face. You're just getting started though. I won't have much to say until I get to see more. Oh, you said it's going to be a Panzer or Gotts. I don't know what a Panzer is or Gotts. Oh, his name is going to be Panzer or Gotts. Got him. It's hard to stream and read words. Oh, I never showed this. I never showed it on the screen. For some reason, I thought I was sharing my screen, and I wasn't. Let me try that again. There you go. I don't know why I thought I was sharing my screen. I've missed a couple of streams, and suddenly I forget how to stream entirely. What is this one, Burns? So this is Gavin's character. It's going to be a knight named Panzer or Gott. And what kind of game are you making it for? I assume it's for a game. This one. These are your shoes. 9-inch nails and front. I don't know what front to. It looks like NOIR, but it's actually more letters. A Valorant. Valorant. I never played Valorant. I like your shoes. They're very shoesy. They look hipsterish. Excuse me. You want to see how broken I've made this thing? I made it quite broken. I mean, it's not totally broken. It kind of works. Hey, Sorrow. It's like Overwatch with Counter-Strike. Got it. When do we get to see the demo? Hopefully, Sorrow, you've solved all your sorrows with your game. Why is the capital city of Ireland the fastest growing city in Europe? Because it's Dublin every year. DK, what is up? Hope you have some good boot polish for those shoes. Yeah. Gotta use maybe use some spit shining. You know what I'm saying? Not very hipsterish. It's just like the way they're all weathered and stuff. Okay, bear with me. I understand this doesn't look perfect, but you have to realize what you just saw. This is a battle taking place on the map. It's not a separate screen. This is the battle on map right here. You see there's other characters on the map that haven't been moving because they're all frozen in time, but the ones that are fighting, this is an on map battle. Isn't that amazing? I'm trying to figure out how to get the characters actually to be part of the battle, but yeah, I finally figured out how to make that part work. And it does work too. Like, it is a battle. Clearly I have to figure out what to do about the characters. that show up on the map, but it's an on-map battle. I mean, it even does like the leaving thing, right? Well, I didn't do this thing that makes the battle stop, but don't worry about the fact that there's other weirdness. The fact that the battle happens on map is what you focus on, not because the broken stuff is what we're going to work on. You take a breath at work in a meeting, like, oh, you're working like a pixel character at default. So are you in a meeting right now at work? I can't get on streams while I'm at work, or on meetings for that matter. Although I may occasionally do a Discord message or two, people. Where's my mouse? Come on, mouse. You can do it. Why are you not working? I think my mouse is not working. Okay. Okay. So what I was working on before I started streaming was trying to figure out how to get the character to become part of the battle. No, I think it was interesting to see what people think when my shoulders raise up and like the 6 frame ones or the 8 frame ones where it's like they're really breathing. The idle effect that's like, you know, really intense. Not like the ones that are a few frames and they're like, I don't know what that is. Jason Voorhees, yeah. Does Jason breathe? I didn't think he had breathing as part of his existence, for what it's worth. Okay. So why... This is the new code I wrote. Let me see what other generate friends things we have. Oh, that's the one. Oh, okay. But is part 7 the one where it's not really Jason? I know there was like a fake Jason, basically. I didn't know this was a thing. What was a thing? Breathing? Oh, hold on. I got to read the rest of your words. Part 5 is fake Jason. Okay. You must really like Halloween as a series if you know all this stuff. Prior to part 6. Breathing Jason. I'm not Halloween. You're right. I'm sorry. Not Michael Myers. That was a problem. I was thinking Michael Myers, not Jason Voorhees. Listen, I'm not a buff on the... I liked Nightmare on Elm Street more than I liked... I didn't like the ones where basically you were just getting chased. The characters were just getting chased. I don't know. Wasn't my thing. Like, I know Freddy would chase the characters, but it was more like crafty. It was like, you know, he could be anywhere. He could just pop out and kill you from a bed or something, you know, like, whereas Jason and Mike Myers, they're like just follow you around and kill you, right? Walk slowly, but then somehow catch up really fast. I think I saw... Did you ever see there's like a parody of the Mike Myers thing? I think it was Mike Myers. No, Friday the 13th thing. Where it shows like I think it was Jason, because he had the hockey mask. And there's a woman's like, oh no! And he's got the big machete, and she starts running, and she's like running, she's booking it. And it shows him walking, but then the second she's out of sight, he starts booking it too, and he's trying to like get, you know, I think it was like a Ferris Bueller thing where he's trying to run and like beat her to a spot, and then he pauses and like catches his breath or something, and then he gets to the point and kills her. But it was just like this. How does the character do it? Oh, they actually like, they really book it, but they try to make it look like they're Let me see. I think, what was it? Ah, never mind. I won't look it up. I don't remember what it was from. It was some YouTube thing, I think. So I just thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, I used to love watching scary movies. I don't really care much about them now, especially when they're just like gory, or they just do the jump scares. The last scary movie I watched. I do like ones that are like suspenseful. I don't remember the last scary movie I watched. Anyway. Generate friend from map. Why is this not working? New battle actor. I try to give it the existing character. The reset state. Should be keeping it there. Set position. I mean, it's getting the actor. So maybe what I should do is look at what happens when my method is called. This might take some debugging, unfortunately. Run this stupid bugger. Old scary movies are the best. Not too bothered about the new ones. Yeah. I liked thinker movies. I liked ones that involve technology and thinking. I'm looking at doing Godot, but I can't get... My screen just disappeared. Oh god. What was... How did that happen? I'm not sure how the game just tried to open on me. That was strange. Let me go and figure this out. Sorry about that. Because I had tried to debug a running game. Okay. I'm looking at doing Godot, but I can't get my head around the huge tabs and no semicolon. I'm a two space kind of guy. You like spaces instead of tabs? It's not horror, but have you watched The Boys yet? I have. I can't get past season... Is it season 4? What season am I on? I'm on the season where the guy has to eat the squid. If that helps anyone understand. It ran out of steam for me for some reason. And I just stopped. And I keep trying to watch it again. And I can't get myself into it again. I don't know what it is about it. I think... I don't know, man. Something about it just hasn't allowed me to stay connected. And I wish I could identify what it was. Because I heard the newest season is pretty interesting, but I just can't get into whatever. Yeah, I mean, listen, I made it all the way to the mid-season. I think it's like this. Maybe there's also too many parallels with real life, as weird as that sounds. Hey, Stoff. How's Pseudo-Regalia going? Pseudo-Regalia going? How's that game? How are you? Want to see something? Watch this. Hold on. Don't watch this. Let me just press play. Come on. We got it. Come on. We want to show Stoff something. Stop doing this right now. Just... Okay. Never mind. I'm going to just... do that. Watch this, Stoff. Ready? What? He hopped out. Ignore the fact that all the other weirdness happened. But look. Show the stop. On map battles. It is actually on the map. And I'm trying to refine it. And I did this before. I finally showed it to Jacob because I got this part to work. I have to figure out how to get the map characters to be part of the battle. What I'm trying to figure out now. But... You know, and he's like, well, he agreed he wants to do it, but it's like, oh, it's scope creep. I'm like, well, kind of, but we want to do this from the beginning. And there's like 3 different tasks I had to do around battles that I had to do anyway, whether I did on map battles or not. I had to figure out how to get, like how the character placement works, which I'm still working on. I have to figure out how to manage the camera and change the camera around in the battle, and I had to figure out. Can't remember what the other thing was. But whatever, like the course of having to figure those things out, I'm like, well, why don't I just make on map battles work then? Why not just do this thing that I've been wanting to do? I'm sure everyone will love the delay on the game project entirely. We were talking about the show Boys. Have you seen that show? Oh, is my code not running? Is that the problem? Oh, why? Because I don't have anything stopped on the debugger unless I. No, that's there. Why would this not get called? Here. If it's not. I did do it. And the great part is, you know, as much as like some of it, I just really want to do it because it's cool. But there's also some legitimate justification. One being that maps will load faster. Because up until this point, every time a map loaded, it would load 2 scenes. It would load the main scene that you're going to watch, and then it would play in, and it would load the other scene specifically related to battle. Okay, well, this is one of the problems here. So prepare map battle gets called in the beginning of the map load. This is kind of annoying. And it must not get called in this point then. That's strange. So first problem is this stupid thing gets called in a different place. Does that mean this other prepare is being called? So I guess this is there's generate and prepare. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so I need to see what happens here. That is strange. For some reason, it got all hot in here. I think it's because Stoff showed up. Getting hot in here. Turn on my little fan. So wait. What? Okay, let me rant for a moment. I get really annoyed at inefficiencies in the code. Now, there might be some weird reason why this is needed, but there are 2 prepare methods that get called. when a map loads, there is this prepare method here. And what this will do, apparently, is it'll go through this chain of events where it prepares map information and so on. Right? So it calls this prepare. It even calls this stupid generate friend nonsense. This is the thing that generates like the characters that are used in battle. This happens when a map loads. And maybe the reason why is because they assume they have their own scene. But it doesn't make any sense to me. Because then, right before battle, they call another prepare. Because why not? And that does the actual setup of the characters for the battle. So, right here, prepare friends, prepare enemies. This does some of the same shit. In fact, it doubles the effort because it has this stupid thing called generate friend in here. You got a friend in me. Where was it? Oh, it has generate enemy. Maybe it doesn't have generate friends. Maybe it only has generate enemy. Prepare. No, wait. Yeah, no, it does. Okay. Yeah, it does. Okay. No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Well, I'm still kind of ranty about it. I don't like the way they do this. So when they do prepare friends, they don't generate the friends, although they do this stupid release thing, whatever that does. They reset the map character, which does something, unloads the model. God, this is obnoxious. When I'm working on this without people watching me, I just complain under my breath. So now I'm just complaining over my breath. Okay, so let's focus on the characters. So what I want, the ideal is when those battles start, when we set up battles moving forward, we'll be able to either use some kind of default template that represents where the characters are positioned, and then whatever characters you have in your party, it'll just go one by one, and it'll like place them, it'll make them run to those spots, right? Which, by the way, that was the third thing I had to do. The whole thing about making linear movement was for battles. I had to do it because we're going to want to have battles where you, like Chrono Trigger, where you like jump. If you're doing melee attack, you like run towards and then jump back or whatever. And now we can do that. It'd be weird, I'll just kind of like randomly duck. So now we can do that. And when battles start, I have to be able to move characters to those positions. So there's a lot more I have to tie into the existing map. But their logic isn't terrible in that regard because I just have to tie into existing things. I'm just really annoyed by some of this stuff. I still don't know why this isn't working though. So my prepare generate friends does work, but doesn't work. So let me go look at how this happens. Prepare map battle. So when we do, maybe what's happening is these aren't getting generated? Oh wait, yeah, because I had my debugger on, right? And this code wasn't being executed, I don't think. Let's go find out. Let's find out what's happening. It could be that my code isn't generating them properly. Which might be that they're not on the map yet. I know in this case there's only one character instead of the other follower, so that could be a problem. Let's go back. Okay. So we got here. I don't want to stop followers, but whatever. Okay, so we got here. How many party members do we have? 3. Okay, that's good. So for each one, we're going to go to the party. Then we're going to try to get the hero character from this thing. That is empty! So, if anything, it's amazing that I broke this part and it still works. Let's just consider how amazing that is. That I have literally ripped out a piece of their code. This does not fire, and yet the battles still work and the characters still show up. That's pretty impressive. pretty redundant code. So I'm going to reverse my rant, undo, because it was not my fault. Therefore, I rant at myself. I'm bad at everything. Good, got it. So I think what I have to do. I feel like I should be calling this at a different point. Maybe that's part of the problem. Is like this prepare shouldn't get called until later, or in some kind of delayed fashion. There's not really a lot of value to calling it. Actually, did I even update value? Create followers. Yeah, I did do that. Okay. But this isn't happening because followers aren't being added. Yeah. And when does this get called? This gets called when the hero character is created. That's the main character. Also, my scrolling's not working. There we go. So when we create the hero character, which is getting called change map impl, still having trouble scrolling. My computer has not been liking me streaming and working. So it is supposed to create the hero character before we do anything. And we don't actually call this. Okay. So what does that mean? This is if create hero is true. Go to take over the hero's transparency. Okay, I don't care about that. So then, does it only create? No, it should be creating the followers anyway, though, right? This should still be happening on map load. It's actually kind of weird that it's not. Let's find out if there's some race condition. Let's go to another map. Oh, by the way, let me show you something else. Here's another thing I finally figured out. How to break my editor, apparently. I was having trouble getting the wildflowers to work, but I did it. They work. And I also figured out how to make these objects have appropriate bounding boxes that I can work with. But the problem was I wasn't getting bounding boxes on some of these objects. So this flower here, even though you can kind of see its bounding box by me selecting it, I use a different set of bounds to create that because it's based on characteristics of the object. So if it has colliders, it'll use their colliders. If it doesn't have colliders, it'll use their skinned mesh renderer. And if it doesn't have that, it'll make its own. But I have a little checkbox, which I could conceivably turn on for everybody, where it actually shows the bounds it's using in game. So I was able to use that to figure out what the heck was going on. Wow, it's really being chonky right now. Anyways, I was pretty happy about that. So now, every blue flower is pick-upable. Now, also, the game is like really running slow. Probably because I have the debugger running amongst others. So every blue flower in the game will be pickable. And very soon, I'm going to go through and just make like literally everything pickable. Just everything. Oh, that one needs to be not collidable. But everything in the world is going to be every flower pickable There's going to be um, just random things you can talk to anywhere and everywhere. Oh, my dream is coming true. I truly, truly think I would hate it. If I were playing a game like this, I'd be like, I don't want to talk to everything. But I really love making everything interactable. It's such a counterintuitive thing. You think about people. I was saying this because I was talking to Wallaber about it. Some people make games that they want to play, and I don't necessarily think that's how I am. Like, I'm interested in games I might like, but I also know that my preferences don't tend to run in the same direction as a lot of people. So I don't try to make things that I would want to play. I try to make things that I hope other people would want to play. And no, I'm not trying to be... well, I do also like to do things that are just somewhat nonsensical because I think they're funny. But at least at the surface, I do want to make something people want to play. And plenty of games these days have random stuff you can interact with all over the place. You don't normally see it with retro games because it's a lot of effort to set that up. But I'm willing to go that extra mile. Got to run the debugger again. Had to finish my monster. Someday I'll go back to not drinking monsters, by the way. But this is the point in my life where apparently I need it. I need my monster fix. Thankfully, drinking more than one monster doesn't help. Like, well, sometimes I have 2 in a day, but not like right back to back. It'll be like spaced out. It doesn't help make me feel better. Wallaber, hey. I was thinking about you. I was just talking about you. How are you, Wallaber? Nice to meet you. I was just thinking about, you know, your Wallaberness. And how Wallabery you are. Willoughby, Wallaby, Wallaber. Wallaber. An elephant sat on Wallaber. Okay, so what the flip, man? Let's see if this happens. I must have missed the first create somewhere. How are you, Wallaber? Yeah, your game is freaking popping off. I hear you're doing good on the wishlist front, and you're getting so much traction on the Twitters. Which is my favorite place, by the way. I love Twitter. Twitter's amazing. Do you know what I also learned? Y'all gonna find this interesting or not. Some people who play games from Steam only look at the Steam community forums. And it is one of those so obvious things. Like, I made this point to Jacob today. We had a couple people literally say, well, I don't check. Like, someone said, is this game dead? Or I was like, God, I'm working on it all the time. Why would you think that? But it's because we don't post in the community forum. And I said, well, we have our Discord if you want to find out more. And they're like, I don't use Discord. I just, it's like, I bought the game on Steam. I use the community forum. And I started talking to Jacob about this. He's like, yeah, but it's a lot of work, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, but like 70% of our traffic for our game comes from Steam. That's not an exaggeration. Like, if you have all your traffic coming from a certain place, you should probably spend some time in there. I don't know how much y'all with games out there spend in the Steamiverse, but I'm going to do some experiments and see how useful it is. I mean, the thing is, as a developer, you want to go places where people will be. So if the forums provide some value, we should be doing things in the forum. God damn it. I forgot to turn on the debugger. I just keep forgetting. Oh no, it is on. I just didn't. While I was working on his last track, do I have PCRG? parking, no, PGRC. Add command. Check out parking garage rally circuit by Wallaber. I think I've asked you for a link to it before, Wallaber, and you just flat out refused to give me a link to it, so I'm gonna fill mine. I don't think he refused, actually. Oh, did you do it? You did. Cool. You know, you are a mod. You could technically add a command, but I'll do it. PGRC. See if that works. PGRC. A valid cooldown. When it comes to Wallaber, there are no cooldowns. He's always cool. Crap. What? What? Didn't I put a thing there? 8 followers? So it just never hits this. But shouldn't it hit this one at least? There's not a single time this gets triggered. But this one gets triggered. Excuse me. So I guess I just use the stupid recreate method. This is another part of my problem. Okay. So we'll do this one. What we'll do is we'll say hero characters here. Did you know clear is actually often slower than just creating a new object? It's so weird. Like, why would you ever use clear? Just use new all the time. What use case could possibly be better? Is it just because you just don't want to recreate it? I guess you don't lose. It's if you don't want to allocate new memory, I suppose. So you would rather trade off performance for memory allocation, but when it's a small enough data set, it doesn't matter either way, probably. Okay, so this is where we're adding the character. I hate. If you ever want an illustrative example of why early returns are bad, say that you're a developer trying to review this code. You know, when Wallaber writes code, he's like, let me talk about solving problems. Let me talk about the complexity of it. When I write code, I'm like, let me complain about coding standards and ternary operators. Return true. Like, if I'm just glancing at this code, trying to figure out how it works, like, okay. Return false. False. Oh, return true. Oh no, now I gotta go find all the places where it returns a value. Oh. Anyway. This method looks like it could do with a few more ternary. Oh boy. If entry party index is greater than or equal to 0, and members.count is greater than party index, then I don't understand the difference. I don't understand what's going on here. Now I gotta go look and see. I think it's recreating in a loop. Oh, I see, because it's the follower object. Got it. So then I don't really need to do it in that code. What I can do is do this. Crap, but I need an index. Oh, damn. Damn it. Damn it. Can I get the hero from the follower? I don't think they store the hero into the follower data. I don't know why they wouldn't though. Like, where the flip are they getting? Here's another thing I really hate. Nested classes. It's really terrible. Because you have to, like, this is the map engine class, but inside of it, it's got a follower class right here. And you got to figure out, like, which thing you're looking at if you're trying to search the code. More complaints. Okay, so a follower could have a hero, I suppose. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero to the end of the night. But I don't know how it gets the hero information. Gotta be somewhere else that it creates the heroes. I guess I should probably find out where that happened. This is one. This is the one that I think is called, that I thought I was tracking. Create followers and push followers. What does this happen? Script runner update. Oh, that's if a follower gets added in runtime. So I need to find the use cases in which a follower is created so I can make sure, because I basically decided I was going to track followers and hero characters so later when a battle starts I can associate the two. But now I'm realizing the order of operations is completely different than I thought. So it's actually off. Let me think here. So don't ya know? Where does this get used? Push follower. Nope, don't care about that. This is the one that is in the create followers method. And then this one here, this is actually using an existing entry. It's still part of create followers. It's weird. Still. So if followers count as 0, interesting. I wonder if this is what's actually getting called. I wonder if this ends up happening here. Maybe. Well, let's find out. I don't think the recreate is actually happening. I think the recreate does happen, but not first. I think I'm just in the wrong place at the wrong. Go back and undo whatever I was doing here. Let's try this again. I think I can just go to another map and I'll be able to see that. Wait, did the bugger stop? Look, pick a flower. Oh, why did I do that? I just really wanted to pick a flower. For no reason. Okay. Let's just proceed with our life choices now, please. Okay, so this is fading out because there's something in the map scene loading, but it's not loading. And I don't know why it has trouble picking up on that, but... Did you send me a new image, Gavin? Aww. He's got a mighty big sword there. A mighty big sword. Do you think he's compensating for something? Oh, oh, I had Parking Garage Rally on my browser. Hold on. And it was all of a sudden I opened my screen and this car goes flying by. It's like, what the flip just happened? And you do flip in this game, by the way. That's quite the sword he's got. I don't know what that is. You should definitely animate their faces, even though it's more work. Napoleon complex. Napoleon was 5'7" or something. Why does everyone think Napoleon had a complex? It was his enemies that made fun of him. Yeah, exactly. Propaganda, exactly. I'm sure he hated it. I mean, no doubt someone in the level of power he was in was certainly not going to be happy about being called short. I'm sure it pissed him off. And in that regard, yeah, that's a Napoleon complex for sure. Okay, so what I need to do is figure out how these followers are getting created. Because I don't have any idea. And I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. Yeah. Yeah, I watched the food theory on that. I know what you're talking about. I'm picking up what you're putting down. How the fudge? Did the followers get created at a different time that I'm not aware of? They must be created at a different time. I assume you got... Did you get that from food theory or did you get that from something else? The whole idea was carrots were just a cheap, rude vegetable. And I mean, they're not terrible for you. I watched a whole breakdown of it. It's like, there are so many other foods that are better for your eyesight than carrots. Foods that you actually might want to eat, because I hate carrots. Carrots are the bane of my existence. And it's hard to have kids and try to get them to eat things like carrots when I don't. My wife has given up on me in that regard. They just taste like sawdust. They're disgusting. Don't like carrots. I don't understand how this is possible. Okay, so this is where it actually generates. Okay. So my theory was correct. It was just in a different spot. So I gotta do this in like each spot. I'll eat. My mom makes. I'll eat them when you do. Well, here's the ironic thing: is my kids actually like carrots. They like eating them. I just don't. They don't like other veggies that I like, but they are fine with carrots. The betrayal is thick with them. So then I guess what I would do here is... I wonder if I can get away with just mapping it this way then. I like asparagus. It's a little stinky though. Later, I mean. So what is this entry nonsense here? In data.list, I game data item. This is their thing, okay. Follower type? What's a follower type? Party member or graphic? Crazy. Why would you have something called iGameDataItem, but tie it directly to a different domain? This is supposed to be a generic... Oh wait, no, this is mine. I made this. Never mind. I forgot that... No, did I? No, they made it. I thought I made that. Weird. So weird. Great. So it doesn't retain the information of who the hero is. I'm trying to track in a follower who the hero is, so I know which one to grab from the map when the battle starts. Using the taste good breadcrumbs. I like really salty green beans, like canned green beans. Oh man, my wife makes fun of me for that too. Just like mushy canned green beans are so good. With some pepper. I think it's that I hated vegetables so much, but like mushy vegetables have lost a lot of the vegetable flavor, but has a lot more of the saltiness to it. So, sorry, not sorry. Okay, so we've got a problem that I don't know how to solve. In this engine, there is no direct correlation between the character you see on the map and the data that represents members of the party. I mean, it's pretty amazing that they're able to maintain some correlation between the two, but it's not inherently defined somewhere in the data set. So now we've got to figure out how to do that. We have a map character. Sorry. It was a long week on vacation, but vacation for me is not vacation because usually it means I have to get up early. I mean, I got a little bit of sleep, but not, again, like sleeping in would be like till 11 or something every day. So we have resource item. There's nothing about hero here. There is party index. Oh wait, the entry has a party index. Okay, so that's fine. That's how they correlate it. They use a party index that dictates what hero, and that is such a loose correlation. It really bothers me. They have it that way, but I can work with that, I guess. So let's go back to create followers. When we create followers, this code will be okay. This is the code if for some reason there's no data in this list here of followers apparently. This is like the followers of the game. This is probably like the first time you play the game, this is empty. And then it gets filled up once. So this code right here only gets called one time. But I need to account for it somehow. So then this code is only called once as well, but then this one gets called too. So I wonder if I can use entry data from here. Okay, so I could use the entry data from this one. What I can do is I can say I could technically use that in other contexts, but it's such a weird mapping of data. Like it's literally using an index of when the follower was added to the party, which is a very strange way to manage this data. I wouldn't want to rely on the ordering of a list of characters. It seems risky, in my view. There's this weird thing with this. I have a screen share, like a mouse sharing thing with my laptop, but the mouse is not working, not clicking, not being a clicky mouse. Okay, so then if we're gonna recreate it, we'll just make the hero characters new and start over. which is fine. And then in here, for now, I'm just going to try and muscle through this thing here. All right. Let's see if this works. I just want to see if I can get the characters lined up, so that when battle starts, it'll pull the current ones into it. I have this suspicion that doing what I just did now is going to mess up where the characters are on the map, but we'll see. Could be wrong. Maybe it'll be great. The great thing about having problems with your mouse is that you have to learn how to do things without the mouse. Like how to use the keyboard to do things. How would I do this? How do I live without you? I want to know. Oh, you can just do delete. That's cool. In Task Manager, you can use the delete key to stop a process. That's actually quite useful. My mouse is still not working. What is wrong with this laptop? I give up. Okay. It started to work, like the clicking kind of worked, and it stopped. This laptop has some problems. I had heard Lenovo Legions are supposed to be good, but this one has not been behaving. All right, let's see what gets messed up. I broke things. That's called progress. Progress City. Okay. So character has not been added to the party members yet. When does it get added then? No. Damn it. Is it a negative value? Maybe it's a negative value. Create followers. I mean, I know at this point that the followers are not actually following, but it seems like the party should have the characters in there. Try again. As usual, I did not anticipate having to debug a basic thing like how we associate character followers to what's on the map. The history of my problems with working on this engine. Did I not have the debugger turned on? What happened? Okay. We got this. It'll work. Someday. There you go. Okay, create follower. Have a good night, Burns. Thanks for stopping in. I like calling you Burns, like Mr. Burns. Okay, so there is... This should be working. Party index is 0, 1, 2. Okay, so that one should work. That one should work. How many items are on the list? 4. What is this one? Oh, it does. It has. Okay. I'm just in try to get the work mode. If party index is less than members not count, then we do this thing here. We factor it later. So we're only going to add them to this list of hero characters if they exist. If they don't have a graphic, it means they're not intended to exist. That'll be okay. We'll try again. Whatever. Why did the cop sit on the toilet? Oh. Do his duty. What did the Imperial system say to the metric system? Get out of my yard. I once wanted to make an app that let you measure things with other things. Like one of those joke apps. Where as long as you can get the measurement of something like this, you could say, how many X things is that? I've got a joke about dating during the pandemic, but it just doesn't go anywhere. I mean, it doesn't say just, but... Womp womp. I hear it's better on a horse when you have a stable income. And neighbors. Okay, so actually, this is an interesting change. That's for a different character supposed to be, but somehow things got goofy. We have an invisible old man fighting. It's kind of progress. Kind of. My horse lives inside. I don't have a stable income, unfortunately. Your horse lives inside your heart. Quit playing games with my heart. My heart. My heart. I should have known from the start. So then we probably need to do the same thing here. Means I'm going to just bump this up to the top. Use this later in order to find the map characters. Okay. And what I'll also need to do, because we're doing a recreate. Oh, I did that. Okay. This should be recreating them properly. This is getting the one that is referred to in the party text. But when the map battle starts, we have to see what happens with the object. It's interesting that it still seems to be losing the association of the map. But I believe my code now I should be able to debug it on the map card. Let's go look at that. We do battle viewer 3D map. This code now should maybe possibly work. What do prisoners use to call each other? A cell phone. Why should you always wear 2 pairs of pants when playing golf? In case you get a hole in one. Are these jokes killing your soul? I'm sorry, Catherine. My brother got arrested for stealing concrete mix during a storm. Now he's a hardened criminal. I don't think it needs to be during a storm. My mom always said I loved alphabet soup growing up, but really it's just him putting words in my mouth. Wait. Him? Well, the mom could have transitioned to be male. I don't know. Anything possible? Seems like more of a typo than anything. Okay, so we're gonna skip looking at all this stuff. We know that gets called. Okay. So now we have hero characters. That's good. We should be able to get actual characters. But the other guys don't exist, which is a problem. Generate friend from map. Alright, let's see what's happening here. This is just a graphic, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna get result is hero equals true. Oh, what is this? Wait a minute. Oh, battle actor. I wonder why it's making party null. Like resetting the party, I guess. Map here. Why is it null? I don't even understand that. Did I do that? Oh, it won't let me do that right now. We change the graphic. That shouldn't matter. If it's a billboard, it is. Use override. None of this stuff should matter. And this should be the map character that we passed in, which represents the hero on the map. What do we got? What do we got? Oh no, there's no ROM. That's not nice. So which hero character is this one? What? Oh. Like, why is it? It's still looping. We're good. I shouldn't have done this every single loop, but I was not paying attention when I wrote the code. So, what do any of these characters have? A ROM? Maybe that doesn't matter. I'm not sure. They all have null ROMs. Okay. I don't know why that should matter. But I'm a little concerned that it can't move the hero. So far, we have added one item. At 39 to 35, so they're already on the map. Okay. Let's see what this one does. Okay, new battle actor. We passed in the map character. I don't know why it does party crap each time. Wait, where does this come from? Where does this come from? Character. What? Oh, that's the hero. Okay. So we get this is getting the hero information. This shouldn't matter, but let me take a look here. Oh, it does a reset. Perfect. What a reset. Unloads the model. Finalizes the billboard. Unloads the particle. I don't know why this would cause any problems. It's just like reloading the character graphic for battle. Character image. Oh, character equals image. Image is this. The hermit. Okay. It has no custom object. So this is just a standard. Guys, sorry for the yawning. I'm sure it's not fun to watch someone stream and hear them yawn. You guys can yawn all you want. Let me go back up here. I think it's a sign maybe I should just take it easy tonight. But so it is a billboard, so that's fine. And this is still the same map. So this is the character. It could be a problem that the character's not visible, but I don't know why that should matter. That's weird. I wanted to go into that method. Why is it not? It should be a thing that gets triggered. Oh no, it's because there's something wrong with the code. Okay. So then it's because I made code changes before I ran this. This is actually the Microsoft pose thing, and it's so if it's a player or it's a monster. Okay. Battle character position. Set direction. Okay. So all of those things should be okay. This is not doing a lot. This is trying to set the position of the map character. This all should be something that gets set properly, but it's not working. So then I need to figure out what information is currently tracked for Atlas. This is a battle actor. What is the battle actor? There's the map character. Source doesn't exist. Okay. So it hasn't loaded the battle character data. All it has right now is a character to work with. Does it have a ROM yet? No, but it does have. It will have a graphic, so I could go look at like the character graphic to see. This is Dolian. Okay. Something else must be happening where it's not letting the character, like the main character, get moved. Oh, right. This all happens before the battle even starts. Okay. So one problem is I think it's finding the characters, but it must be that in the battle it's not connecting them or something. Let's go to this thing. I'm glad I didn't worry about making the characters run to their spots. I just got to get them onto their spots first. So I think this is where we have to deal with characters getting played. Let me see what this is. Enemies set. This is trying to. Wait, does this do this for prepare friends though? No. Yes. Maybe. Let's see what happens. All right. Okay. So let's go in here and find out what happens. So when it is trying to prepare these guys, what's going on here? For each character in battle player data. Why is it not dropping into this code? Sets up the action handler. This friends does not equal null. Okay. Source equals the character. This is the battle player data. This does not do anything to place the characters, though. So those characters were placed before the battle even started. Is part of the problem. Okay, let's stop this. If I can just get the character placement in the right spot, it would be okay. That's interesting. So battles are actually set up. Currently, the way battles are set up is when the map loads, not when the battle happens. That's strange. Like maybe I should just do generate friend from map before battle start instead of doing it here. Although it only needs to run once. So really I just need to get those positions figured out. Ooh, I don't even know how the positions are figured out now that I look at it. Okay, here it is. So position equals get position. Okay, so I'm gonna just call reset state. Maybe. I think that'll work. Battle start. I'm gonna have to do like my own prepare friends method, because I have to do a little bit more work here. I think. Oh, no, they call reset state. What? Do they do it right here? So it should be happening, right? What is POS here? Set position. Okay. So it is supposed to set the position. So why is it not? How am I not myself? Is there more than one character that's being added to the map? Normally there's a whole different set of characters that get added to the map. So I go into here, there's going to be this dynamic battle. You can see here's all the elements of what goes in the battle. But now we have objects that are part of the scene we're looking at. I wonder if there's... Are those other characters just around somewhere? I don't see them. I think they're hidden because they're followers, and I don't think they're even added to the map yet because they're in a hidden state. That's probably not a problem. I don't know why the main character doesn't get their position changed though. Because this guy up here should not, like, this is the main character. So what's going on here? This is the dynamic battle stuff. This guy should have been this guy. Hey, Tom, what's up? So how is it that this one and this one are like, how did that get added to the map? That's the monster. These are all the guys that got added to the map. What is a cloned staff and sword? Bullshit. Tom, are your game updates done yet? Are you launching? Did you already launch your updates? I can't remember. Are you like on the verge of it? Getting close. Is there more bug fixing to do, or is it just purely like the marketing prep and the launch? Okay, so how do we get these guys going? All bugs, just music. Oh, cool. And you were missing somebody for that, right? Are you doing Bosch? Can't remember. I can't remember who it was you're gonna have to do music. Oh, you're doing it yourself. Okay. That's cool. There's a get weight motion. Oh, that I made that because it could be weak. Surf rock type stuff. Cool. Because it looks very surfy with rock. So here's my thought. I don't think the main character when you don't have a party train is the same as the hero that you see on the map. I think part of the problem that we're seeing is when the map loads, there's the hero character on their own, then there's the followers that are a whole different group. How's my weekend going? It's going well. We were out last week. We went to a camp, and I did eventually get Wi-Fi. I'm not a camp person. We actually ended up coming back a little early because we had some concerns because we knew somebody had COVID that was there, and we left the day early to come back, which our kids really had a lot of fun. It was really for them. I'm not a I mean, we were in a cabin. I even eventually had Wi-Fi, and I'm still not a camp person. I'm a little tired just from all the stuff, like packing everything up, driving 4.5 hours to get there and back. I'm recovering. only my mods, like Wallaber, would do things like ban bots. That would be amazing. Or stop. I love my ineffectual moderators. I have moderators on this stream just for the sake of it, just for fun. Oh, and Vimlark. Vimlark is one of my preeminent non-doing mods. Oh, there was just one of those like 5 follows here sort of thing. Sometimes when you're streaming, I try to ban people for you, like the bots and stuff. Not most people. I don't usually ban anybody on your stream. Or do I? What do I want to do? I want to go turn on... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I stopped them. Okay, hold on. Play Divinity 2 with some friends. Oh, you're playing it. Cottage is always fun, but yeah, no Wi-Fi allowed. Well, they had Wi-Fi, and I think we got lucky because we were in like a shared family cabin that was over at like the daytime daycare, because it was like we would drop our kids off in the morning and pick them up in the afternoon, well, at noon. And they probably had to have Wi-Fi there, like they needed some kind of connection. But yeah, the internet service, like the phone service, is terrible up there. But I'm not an outdoors person, and the most illustrative fact about this that I kind of pointed out to everybody multiple times. I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps Infantry. I was outside a lot. I was going on hikes, I was sleeping under the stars, and when I got out, I actually had it in my mind that since I had all that experience, I would do more camping and stuff. Turns out I'm not an outdoors person. And now I say, listen, I spent 4 years outdoors. I had my fill. I'm good. I don't need any more. I did my part. My wife went on a night hike with my son. They went on it was a long hike. I mean, it took them a couple hours. Even though it was only supposed to be 30 minutes up the hill and 30 minutes back, it took a lot longer. I mean, being able to do things is great, but like, I don't need that in my life as a, like, I really want to go camping. I don't have any of that in my body. I know our kids like it. So it's like, okay, well, I can do it if I have to, but it's not something I want. So she went on this night hike and she was talking about it, and like, she wasn't sure if she can do it. And I had this other realization, which was, well, I know I can do these things. Now I don't need to do them anymore. It was like, and I know I kind of thought about this in the past, but it re-highlighted for me exactly why. Like, I'm just not as interested in these things. Okay, so now the battle, so it does work. All the characters got moved into the right place, as long as the party train is turned on. So now I can do, I mean, it works in terms of it moved them. Clearly, there's other problems with the way the battle is working, but, on map battles, baby. If I never camp again, it'll be too soon. It is so thoroughly not. And so there's this sort of social pressure thing that happens where you go up to a place that's in nature. And the implied thing is, as somebody there, you need to put aside your technology and go enjoy nature. Because that's the whole purpose of being there. And for me, I can't relax unless I get some of my technology time. I need it. I feel more balanced because I can do things and work on stuff that's in my brain than if I have no access to technology. It makes me feel worse if I don't get the space to use my one creative outlet, which is technology, and like working on problem solving. In fact, there, that's how I got this on map thing to start working. Was I had a few hours or so of working on it. I think you gotta plug. I don't. That's not me. Not even. I don't even believe that for myself. Not. I don't gotta unplug. I'm good. I am perfectly fine with the fact that I don't unplug. Now, to be fair, I'm also fine doing other things. Like what I told my wife is very interesting. There are some people who work, and I'm going to reflect on Wallaber again, because he was talking to me about how when he's working on problems, he's just sitting there like solving problems left and right, he'll work for like 6 hours at a time. My length of time working on something is by objective, and it doesn't have to be a huge objective, even if it's a small objective. And once I do the thing, I have to stop. So it's like, so that's why being somewhere where there's stuff outside is fine as long as I'm in a cabin, because okay, I've worked on this problem and I spent an hour on it or 2 hours. I solved the problem. My brain's done. I need to go do something else. I'm not a person that solves a problem and gets a fix from solving it. So like my brain's like, oh, I want to solve another problem. No, my brain's like, good. I got to that stopping point. Time to go do something else. Go on a run on an improved obstacle course. But also, I need a goal of some purpose, just being somewhere and enjoy ambience. I'm okay with being somewhere for ambiance if I can work on my computer. That's it. That's how I roll. And I'm okay with like doing things like puzzles and going on walks. I mean, Composy and I went on a nice long walk and chatted and enjoyed the outdoors. Like, I don't mind that at all. It's just like I still need my fix, my computer, my technology. What was I doing? I wanted to see. I got the followers showing up. Now I need to figure out the monster. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to fundamentally have to change how battles work to make that. Oh, but I also wanted to take a look at how, if I slowed the camera down, what happens. I just have natural limiters on my work. This is like when I stream. I started a little early tonight, but when I stream around 10:30 or so, my brain stops working. There used to be times where I would stream later, but I'm doing arguably for me it's harder work. Hey Donut, what's up? How goes the game dev gig? Okay, let's see how this looks now. Okay, so don't worry about how that looks all weird, because I'll make them run to their spots. And I'm going to make something where it won't always, like the camera won't always shift. One thing I'm really excited about with the battle system now, if I can make all this work like I want. There's not going to be a separate map, but not every battle is going to shift into a battle mode like this. Some of them, it'll stay on the side because there's no reason to do it otherwise. Like this battle doesn't need a shift. What we need is just start the battle here and the characters. It'll always need to have a side view because we don't have all 4 directions for battling for the character. But it's not terrible. Like sometimes we'll have it here, but what I really love is I can literally put the camera wherever I want now. However we want to face the camera for battles. This isn't working perfectly yet, but it'll be much neater to be able to kind of mess around with the positioning and such. I forgot that I'd stopped followers. So I also have to make battles when they're done, let the followers run back, which is another thing. But so I've got the followers, I've got them placed. Now I need to do, the monster. Which the other problem is, if it's an on-map battle, right now none of our battles are set up so that the characters on the map perfectly align with the monsters you fight. I don't know yet how I'm going to deal with that. I'd like to at least make any of the characters that are on map show up. So maybe I can figure that part out. So I gotta get that stupid boar off of there. I think this is the thing I'm gonna need to figure out. Is this enhanced? I think that, why did I make this thing? Did I make this recently? Let me see. Oh no, this is an enhanced battle sequence manager. That's not what it is. It's place battle. Place enhanced battles. When did I make this? 2023. I could steal this. I didn't actually make anything with it. So place battle command. Cancel. I meant to do this one. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just literally copy this thing. It'll be place map battle command. I was trying to code the naming of it so like Jacob didn't notice it, but I finally showed it to him. So. The place map battle command is good. Which means our enhanced battle. I think this is my attempt to make a better way of controlling the battle setup. So we'll call this, we'll just rename this to place map battle. What do I do here? Place, skip. Oh, weird. So I had a lot of different settings here. Crap. Forgot how much work I did on these things. I guess I'll just steal all of the code here. Then we'll do where is the place battle? Where does this guy live? In control. Oh, okay. So I should probably live in battle, right? Well, whatever. I'll just deal with it. Weird that I put it in different places. It's fine. Okay. Then we have our node set up like we want it to, and then we can go to place map battle command. This is the thing we're going to mess with. I'm going to turn off the debugger now because I don't think I need it. I now have the pieces in place where the characters from the map get placed into their spot. And I understand where those pieces go, so I don't need to deal with longer compile times anymore. What do you call a dead magician? An abracadaver. Or abracadaver. Daver. What? Why should you never pick a fight with a dinosaur? You get your ass kicked. I asked a Frenchman if he played video games. He said, "Oui." Why would you say... Well, wait. Does he speak English? Did you ask the French person in French? One of the things I started working on stream a couple weeks back was the notion of a behavior for a map object, which would then tie into being able to have this idea of like common battle setup, but not doing that right now. Place map battle. I'm gonna try and get this thing to work in place of my old map battle. See if this works. Now in this case, the map battle doesn't need a map, which is cool. We'll just this way. Place map battle command does not need a battle map. Rid of that. We don't care about the battle map at all. Rid of that. The center is not coming from the battle map. What is this? How does this work? Point? What kind of point is this? So if it's not the center position, then we'll get the position like a hero. So it'll be game main dot. Don't I just make the current map current? Oh, I see. Because I had it as a game main dot instance dot current map dot hero dot so by default we're gonna say maps go by wherever your character's at. So if there's wherever you start the battle is where you'll pivot around, unless we set it. I don't know if there's like a smarter way to do that, but for the moment, that's what we're gonna do. So, map hero dot x. It's an interesting way their system works. I'm not totally against the way that they decided to do their coordinate system. It's just weird sometimes. Got to translate 3D coordinates into 2D coordinates because of the way they treat their map. Okay, so that'll let me set the center point. Place map battle. Oh crap. Maybe I should make a place map battle method. For the moment, I'll just call this null. That's fine. Net from map doesn't matter for that entirely. Add monsters. Don't care about this either. All right. We don't need a map defined for this. The map is the map hero. I'm really surprised that the Smile Game Builder people did not make that built in. I know that it's a little hard, but if you wrote this engine, doing map battles seems like it would be fairly reasonable. I mean, I had to learn how their engine worked to do map battles. At least people who wrote it would know. Maybe they wouldn't. I mean, I guess whoever wrote the engine probably did it ages ago. Okay. What do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got now? Could not match the given string set from map. Oh yeah, probably. Inline button. This is only if we decide to set where the center is. Otherwise, the center will be set by the player. I don't know how often we do it by the player. Like, I think every battle you'd probably just want to set the position on the map that would happen. This is gonna be a lot of rework, but Jacob doesn't want to do. But I told him how much better it is. Oh, I forgot to turn off the debugger. So this isn't done, at least. Sadly, even turning off the debugger is not going to save us a ton of time, but it'll take 30 seconds to build versus 43 seconds. I guess that's slightly better. Oh, I saw someone on the YouTube. Oh, see if I can see it here. Someone said on YouTube, "How do I defeat the boss hog?" For some reason it's because of I can't click on my stupid. My mouse clicking not working is annoying. I don't know if you're still there, Evan, but I did see your message. And I don't know what you mean by boss cog. Unless you're talking about the one in the water temple? Apologies to Evan McCabe for not seeing your message for some reason. I'm having issues with the computer that I have my YouTube on. So. But if you're talking about the character in the water temple, they switch their mode between physical and magic. So you have to just figure out which one is the magic mode versus physical, and then use that attack because it'll hurt them more. Okay, so we have music, we have monsters. So what we need to add to this is if the monster comes from the map, we will select them as the map character. So that's what we have to do here. So then we do add monster. Is this my thing? Battle monster data? Did I get some kind of image? Did Jacob send something to me? Oh, he did. You show me some upcoming ideas. Which you'll see soon, maybe. This object is one of my objects. Okay, so battle monster data is one I can leverage. That's each one of these. So if I add a boar, this is the boar information. Can't tell you what he's sending me yet, but I think it's funny. Okay. So I'm almost thinking that because I'm doing this differently, I need to have a different object. Because I'm even going to change how we position the monsters on the map. The thing about Jacob and I, Jacob will chastise me when I do extra stuff in the game. He's got a task right now. We're building out some additional stuff for the game, and he's added a bunch of extra stuff to it that's like not at all necessary, but it's funny to watch because both of us are like, oh, well, we should add this and we should add that, and then the other one's like, why are you adding all that scope? Okay, so battle monster data. We're gonna make a copy of this. I might. I sneeze. Battle map monster data, maybe? So we're not going to use rope positions anymore. We're going to change how we position these guys. We'll leave name. We'll get rid of this. I'm not going to worry about offsets. I don't think. How did I do that? Why is there's no offset in here? Vert position. I didn't even put offsets in here. How would they not? Oh, I see, because it's a property range. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of these two. Battle map monster. And I don't even want a placement offset at all. We'll get rid of that. Is this one of their objects or mine? Battle monster. I might regret doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I kind of regret all of my division of folders too. Let me make another object here. I think I just want to deal with this differently than I've been doing it. Okay. We're not going to use an x-axis and y-axis right now. Okay. And then we'll get rid of that. And that's fine. Format. This.id. Oh, bollocks. How do I manage that? The public property, friends. Doesn't need to be a field. Return a battle map monster, and that should be okay. Then we need to go back to our here. Battle map monster data. We're not gonna use points. Let our IDE tell us what's wrong. The monster list has to be a battle map monster. Set center position. Uh-oh. No. Ah, okay. So I do need to I do need to do a copy of this. This is the I'm going to claim that this is actually really important learning lesson about branch by abstraction. Because my intent is to make a different path to creating battles. And to do that, I'm having to reproduce a bunch of objects that already exist. But theoretically, if the map battles become the main thing, then all of my code paths will eventually point to this one, and the old one will get sunset or deprecated. I might even fundamentally change how their battles get bootstrapped, but you know, for now. Okay, so is that all I needed? Go build it, and we'll go back to some code real quick. So then we've created the monster data, but we need to be able to link it to a map. I think the assumption needs to be that we're always going to have the monsters on the map that we're going to fight. It's possible we'd want to have like hidden monsters that pop out, but if you're going to make map battles happen, it's a little awkward if you just make them appear. Because even Chrono Trigger, what they would do is they'd have the other monsters like jump out of a bush or something, or come from off screen, which I guess we could do. Like, we could have a default behavior that if the characters are not on the screen before you fight them, it'll like generate them and shove them out there. But I think that'll be okay. So then, or like there'll be an origin point where maybe it's behind something and they run out. Then, so maybe we don't want to make it so prominent that has to be defined. So what do we do here? I guess we'll do a private string. Map event ID. Which means we need to get data for all the map events. Where do I do this? I think I do this in like this thing. It's going to be somewhere in here. Let me see. Event type. Map override. Get events. Okay. So they're actually listed as map overrides, though. I wonder. I don't really want to get. I don't really care about all this other data. Map graph, map configuration events. Okay. I'm just gonna steal this code. Good. I should probably have some generic way to access this type of information. So maybe round 2, when I go back and rebuild everything from scratch, I'll do that. After Alterium Shift is launched, I make a whole new engine. A whole new engine. Is it? So we have to figure out in the same map battle, where the map battle. Yeah, map battle. I almost said rap battle in my head. We have to figure out in the same one if that event has already been added. We don't want to return this object. Do we? I think so. I think we just want to use the ID. So I think maybe what we'll do instead is do like just do an enumerable. This is gonna be a problem too, isn't it? Last name is not valid at this point. What do you mean? Is this not? Oh crap. Okay, so I would need to be able to tell this. To the map graph. Can I get this information somewhere else? I can pass in the map graph in the editor. I did this for like my event thing. Let me go back to like check variable condition, node condition. I think I did something in here where I would provide context. Okay. When do we get context from here? This, I think the way that I would do this is pass all the information in via context. Where did that come from? We have compare condition has item. Check variable condition. So that would be in the event trigger node? No, sheet data. Okay. So then this must have context too, no? Not doesn't. How's it get it? Setup. Okay, so we just pass in context. Okay. So the context in this case is, I think, always going to be a list of the objects. So we can do init. Okay, graph get context. Okay. So that's how I did it. If you ever want to know the complexity of object-oriented programming. I'm not saying that other solutions are better, but it's the idea that you need to pass information around and then figure out the path that information takes. That gets a little obnoxious. Although some of the alternatives are not any better. So we pass context into these individual objects. And that must be how we get the drop down of objects for the condition. So let's see, check variable condition. It has to have a target. Oh, these are like a targetable. Source variable. There we go. Targetable command. Okay. The targetable command has reference map ID and or target ID. Get targets. Okay. So it does use this idea of the context. I just couldn't remember how I did that. It's been a minute since I've messed with all this. So basically when we're setting up nodes, we have the ability to pass in context data. And the context data is what's used to set up objects on the map to select. Okay. And initialize is something I think I did for command. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So I know what I need to do. We have the place map battle command. We need to override the initialize method. I think I can do it. Public or private? What is it? Public override. I don't know if I even need to override that. Let me take a look here. I think I just did this so it gets the list of targets, but I don't need to do it. Okay. So initialize can get called. I just need to do it from the node itself, which is here. Place map out node. And then we'll do this dot place battle command dot initialize. Okay, context. Map. Okay. I'm pretty sure that is actually. Yeah, it gets all the event. Okay. There you go. That's all I needed to do. Just call initialize. I don't think I even need this, but I'm going to leave it there for now. That means I need to get the. When we add a monster, we have to pass in the context there. Here. Which I actually only want to do in the editor. So we'll do public void. Okay. We'll pass in the list of contacts here. And this will be the list of objects, events that could be searched. Did I use context in this? Craft nodes, no. Private list, eye contact. Jacob messaged me. I'm gonna change the name of that battle adjustment systems. Apparently I left it turned on when I did my last build. Use on map battles. Next week I'll be doing a stream on the official Godot Twitch channel. Ooh. How big is that? That's a pretty big channel, right? You're getting Godot famous, Wallaber. Lel. That is pretty fun. They have a how many? Let's see how many followers they have. That's pretty good exposure. I'm glad that you're getting opportunity to expose yourself more. To look for Godot. 9,000 followers. That's not bad. Godot official. You just give me what face is that? Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Bruh. This is like that's the face Wallaver gives me all the time with my bad joke. Hey, exposure's good, man. I'm glad. I want you to launch this game and make lots of money. That's my desire for you. Lots and lots of money. The Wallaber success story. From riches to riches. Not rags to riches, right? Because you work at Disney. So how did I work with context? Variable data. Let's see how this works. I'm going to steal this one. This is the one I should have stole before. Or, you know, make reusable code, but who does that these days? What we need are more ternary operators. That's what we need. Don't care about this. Can use map reference. Then we have get type. So we'll start here, I think. See if we can get this to work. As ternary equals cool, otherwise uncool. Is there such a thing as a fornary? What would it? Ternary, quaternary. You know, Wallaber likes to make fun of me for my ternary operator things. Quaternion. but he's so aware of it these days. Like, he knows when he's doing it. He does it out of spite for me, but you know, like, internally he's like, oh, do I really need ternary? Okay, so I don't really want. How do I return? Is this true? So that should work. And the 5 nary and the 6 nary. Uses question mark. I don't know if this even is a quadnary. I'm just writing code now. Question mark. Is that right? I don't know. Uses quadnaries. Cadnaries. I don't know how you would say that. Cadnaries. A quadnary and a coal mine. We're not getting event data because should be map data here. Why is that not there? Probably because I didn't pass in content. So let's try. No, didn't work. Okay. Did I not call initialize? On init, we call initialize. This needs to do for each. All that. Add monster would add that. Oh, I didn't call initialize though. That makes sure that that has that data available. We add it. That's a quadnary, right? A quaternion. Yep, post-battle data. Okay, even I wouldn't do that. You say that, Wallaber, but you understand, like, the gateway. You know, you allow yourself one ternary, and the next thing you know, you're just, like, writing single lines of code that have chained ternary options. Or you're doing dual property definitions. So you're like, oh, well, you know, I need to make a couple ints here. So I'm going to say private int 1, 2, 3. That's totally fine, right? Look how much space it saves me in my code. And it'll be totally readable later. Don't even pretend that you haven't done that, Wallaber. I don't know if you have it, ever have it, but okay. So in theory, I've done that from time to time, but only for local variables in a method. Same thing. It's just as bad. You also don't shy away from using multiple returns, right? The frenemy debate about how we write our code. And yet, when Wallber comes to help me with code, I'm like, please help me with this problem. Here's my theory. The reason Wallber can help me so well with my code is because it's so clean and well written. He can be like, boom, I understand what you're doing. I get it. Your code's so easy to read, Motzi. It takes me seconds to get an understanding of what's going on, and I can help you solve it. No, I'm going to call BS on that, Wallber, because I've shown you Smile Game Builder code, and it's the same thing for you. You'll be like, oh, here's how this code works. It's this big spaghetti nightmare, and seconds into looking at the code, you're like, oh, okay, so that's what's happening. What you need to do, Motzi, is like tell me what to do. It's not about the cleanliness of my code. You're just a freak of nature. You can read it all. It doesn't matter whether it's clean or dirty. Just you understand it. You know, it's in your core being. Doesn't matter how you write code. You've got that like super brain. Well, oh, it's called board hidden, by the way. That's kind of funny to me. So I could try. Did I make it to 1046? Yeah, I did. Okay. Will I finish this? Maybe. What I could try to do. How did I set the position on this before? Just do it by the player's position? I might have. What I can try to do here is not do what I was thinking of doing. Okay, hold on. Let me go through my code. So when I set up the battle, I have to use their battle system to do it. So I need a way for the battle viewer to get access to the monster data. So that would have to be in battle viewer 3D map. So I'd have to do this in pair map battle. No, actually, it doesn't do generate. Okay, so what? Generate enemy. No? Is there not a generate enemy? Generate enemy. What calls this? Add enemy member. Pair enemies. So the generate happens here, actually. Which is, I don't know why they didn't do that with the main character. That's weird. So you just make it virtual. I like that they don't use proper coding standards. Protected is fine, I guess. These are a lot of characters I don't know. That's Rue? Dole. Something. Me? No. Back. You can just look it up. It's literally not important to anything. I just, because I've been working on Japanese lately, trying to get a little bit better at recognizing characters as I look at them. Load enemy okay. Worthless. Yeah, we already know. It says prepare enemies. Like, why wouldn't... Doesn't matter what language you use. Developers are all the same. Obvious thing is obvious. Don't explain the thing that already is the thing. So the only thing I really need here is like the generate. It's the only thing that's different. Although I guess I could just steal the method and deal with it. I don't know. I guess I'll just steal it. Because the friends are generated at the beginning of the map loading, it's handled differently. I don't know if I have like the mental capacity to keep banging my head against this, to be honest. I think that like the main thing that I was able to prove, which was pretty important, was that I could get the character, like the player characters, to be put into a position. I was actually thinking about this when I was working on it. Was at first I started working on how I would get the characters to run to that position, but when you're trying to solve a problem that has a lot of moving parts, which this definitely does, you probably want to start with the shortest goal, which is getting these characters that exist on the map to be placed in battle, regardless of how they get to them. Like when this battle starts, I just want to get them to their spot. So that these are legitimately the actual billboarded objects that you are running around on the map with. And that's why, but it's a little more complicated for the monsters because the historical way these battles work, the monsters aren't associated with whatever triggers the battle. But now that I'm making that tight association, I've got to figure out how to make it so this monster here then becomes one of these guys. And perhaps what I need to do is like make another hidden boar board that also runs out for the battle or something. I'm not really sure. I could just make one. I mean, it may not even hurt just to be a single monster, but so getting that into that spot will be a little more difficult. But once I got that part, we have camera control. I mean, anyway, I think it's a good time for me to wrap up. It was a long week. My throat is definitely getting scratchy. I probably don't have anything terrible, but just like crud from being in an event. But I'm okay with taking it easy. My head. I'll just throw some credits up here. Go find someone to go hang out with, maybe? It's been very rare that I've streamed and I haven't rated. I don't know how people usually feel about rating, but I like you should rate, you know? Go say hi to other people. Trying to figure out what other people. Mad Concept is streaming. Looking at somebody's Windows desktop. Crazy Mike. I hear he's pretty crazy. Let's say hi to Crazy Mike. He's working on game. He's working on. I'm not sure what he's working on. But we're gonna go say hi to him. All right, y'all. Well, I'll be back on Tuesday, I think, barring any major issues. And you know, have a good night. See y'all later. All that stuff.